Hey Dad, so I'm just gonna ask you a few questions, like an interview, just to see how your environment has changed and see how your environment has affected you from your change as you moved to India and you came into America. So I just wanna ask you how your environment changed and how you feel about it. So
Sure.
we can start out with my first question is can you describe the environment here and the environment in India? Like what is a major change that has changed that has really affected your character?
Certainly, Sai. Environment in the United States is much better compared to India since the United States is a developed country and has excellent infrastructure, technology, and also has a better living life. Whereas in India, the population is so huge that the infrastructure and the system is not properly defined yet and has huge issues the most of the population in India still lack in basic amenities like continuous power outage due to the shortage of power supply, and I won't be surprised even now in certain villages, certain areas, mostly in the remote of India, they still do not have the telephone system. I would say probably one out of every 100 people might have the telephone, and also the water supply is not good. See, these are the basic examples and the best examples I can tell you that uh, due to these environmental changes, I feel much better and comfortable living in America.
Thanks, Dad. I know India's environment is very different, and I just want to know if any of your family obligations affected who you are.
Certainly, yes and no. For example, in India, kids do not have choice to live or let live their dreams and what they want to become. I mean, they don't have a choice. It's basically the parents give the choices to the kids to make sure to become what the parents want. And this makes a huge pressure on all the kids to give importance on the education and be on the top of the system. And unfortunately, some kids may not achieve their dreams, like what they want to become and things like that.
Oh, okay. Well, so has India ever affected you in a negative way? Did you ever think that you were immune to that negative affection, or is there anything you want to tell me about that?
Sure. Well, this might be a little theoretical way I can answer. For example, if you do not see the relation between your thoughts and the environment that you find yourself in, it's not a surprise that you assume that you have no power to change. So when you think you are powerless over your environment and your environment is negative, that causes you negative attitude. To change that, you need to understand that and think. I'm sorry. To change that, you need to understand that your thinking led you to this environment, and and it's so simple by accident. It's not by an accident. So to change your negative environment, you need to change your thinking, and if that doesn't happen, sometimes this attitude creates unpleasant future.
So you're saying it's all your attitude.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, okay. And so did you see anyone that was really that you kind of mourned for in India? Not necessarily somebody you knew, but like the environment, something that was going on overall.
There are several things, but very good example I can tell you is Bhopal gas tragedy. In 1984, in the month of December, the western part of India, which is a city called Bhopal, there was a huge gas leakage in India, which caused 500,000 people were exposed to the gas and the chemicals. And I would probably, if my guess is correct, there are close to 20 to 25,000 people passed away, and probably around 10,000 plus people are still permanently disabled with injuries. And the incident happened in 1984, and still the civil and criminal cases are against uh, against the Union Carbide India Limited and the District of Court in Bhopal.
Oh, okay. So it's more of a environmental thing physically, not really mentally. But I understand. And so can you tell me what kind of cultures and traditions shaped your emotions and your personality? What were your favorite things to do? What made you who you are?
Um, Certainly, India is one of the best country in the world where people give huge importance to the culture and tradition, and they give importance to values, and that makes me proud that what I am right now as far as the culture, as far as the traditions are concerned. So that is definitely emotionally um, attached to me.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's good. Can I ask you another question? What made you decide to change your environment since you thought the traditions are great? What made you finally decide, what, I need to change, I need a better opportunity?
I can keep on going on answering to this question, but I would like you to refer to the question one what you asked me. So there are certain things why I was not comfortable living for a better life. So that's the reason I came to United States.
Okay, so just for a better opportunity, I understand.
Better life, better environment, better the developed country,
Yeah.
and future to the for the education and the values what I was able to learn and gain from my education.
Okay, all right. And is there anything in your old environment that you did that you weren't very proud of? That your environment influenced you, your peers, your friends, something that you're just not proud of you that you did that you would reverse?
I would definitely want to make changes in the system and improve the quality of the life of the people.
So you're saying you would have treated people better, but sometimes your environment didn't let you do so?
Absolutely, and a very good example is that population in India is very huge. So if like-minded people like me wants to make changes, it's very difficult right now. I'm not saying it's not impossible. It is possible, but if I would like to if I want to make changes, maybe my next two generation might probably have a better life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. So, do you think that your personality would have been different if you had not moved? Would it have been better, or do you think it would have been worse? Can you explain that to me?
So I probably it would have been worse since as I referred to you in the question number one, that the basic necessities, the basic amenities, the quality of the life, and say this is all important for us. So that is the only reason why we moved to a different environment and different country. And I would say yes, probably if I would have been back in India, it would have been worse.
Okay, okay. And so, are you proud of your character now then? So, like, are you proud of your character because of your new environment? Can you say that?
Certainly now, since it showed me what I am and how I can be part of the good environment and a good system.
That's good, Dad. And, my final question is what was a positive influence, like something that guided you on the right path, something that encouraged you to seek a better life?
Definitely my family, that is very important because as I said earlier, um, I was born and brought up with culturally with a lot of respect on the values and traditions, and my family pushed me in a right direction, and that influence, and I would say I would give credit to my family for that.
Okay, Dad. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for letting me interview you, and yeah, just thanks a lot.
You're welcome, Sai.